The legacy of slavery, understanding the origin of Black Americans in America. The origin of Black Americans, also known as African Americans or Black people, is deeply rooted in the history of slavery in North America. This system of forced labor began in the early 16th century when European powers, primarily the Portuguese, began raiding African coastal communities and capturing people to be sold as slaves in the Americas. The transatlantic slave trade, as it came to be known, grew in scale and scope over the following centuries, with millions of Africans being taken from their homelands and brought to the Americas to work on plantations and in other industries. In the United States, the practice of slavery was central to the economy of the South. Enslaved Africans worked on cotton, tobacco, and sugar plantations, as well as in cities and towns throughout the region. Slavery was officially abolished in the United States with the passage of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution in 1865, following the end of the Civil War. However, the legacy of slavery has continued to shape the experiences of Black Americans in profound ways. One of the most significant legacies of slavery has been the ongoing struggle for racial equality and civil rights. Following the end of slavery, Black Americans were subject to a system of legal segregation and discrimination known as Jim Crow. This system lasted until the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s, which sought to dismantle segregation and secure equal rights and protections under the law for Black Americans. Despite the progress made through the civil rights movement, Black Americans continue to face significant disparities and challenges in many areas of life. These disparities are rooted in a complex web of historical and ongoing factors, including racism, poverty, unequal access to education and employment, and systemic barriers to social mobility.